Learn what is to be taken seriously and laugh at the rest. If you hate a person, you hate something in him that is part of yourself. I have been and still am a seeker, but I have ceased to question stars and books. Words do not express thoughts very well. It is not for me to judge another man's life. I must judge for myself alone. If I know what love is, it is because of you. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. I live in my dreams, that's what you sense. Without words, without writing, and without books, there would be no history, there could be no concept of humanity. Solitude is independence. It had been my wish, and with the years I had attained it. We are not going in circles, we are going upwards. The path is a spiral. We have already climbed many steps. You are willing to die, you coward, but not to live. Love isn't there to make us happy. I believe it exists to show us how much we can endure. There is no reality except the one contained within us. It may be important to great thinkers to examine the world, to explain and despise it, but I think it is only important to love the world. There is no escape. One cannot take pleasure without giving pleasure. Often it is the most deserving people who cannot help loving those who destroy them. The bird fights its way out of the egg. Love must have the strength to become certain within itself. Then it ceases merely to be attracted and begins to attract. When you like someone, you like them in spite of their faults. When you love someone, you love them with their faults. I will no longer mutilate and destroy myself in order to find the secret behind the ruins. I have no right to call myself one who knows. I was one who seeks, and I still am. Because the world is so full of death and horror, I try again and again to console my heart and beg the flowers that grow in the midst of hell. People with courage and character always seem sinister to the rest. Your soul is the whole world. In eternity there is no time, only an instant long enough for a job. Youth ends when egotism does. Maturity begins when one lives for others. Perhaps people like us cannot love. Ordinary people can. That is their secret. You've never lived what you are thinking, and that isn't good. Only the ideas we actually live are of any value. I can think, I can wait, I can fast. I have always thirsted for knowledge. I have always been full of questions. Good that you ask. You should always ask, always have doubts. I realize today that nothing in the world is more distasteful to a man than to take the path that leads to himself. You must find your dream, but no dream lasts forever. Each dream is followed by another. And all the voices, goals, yearnings, sorrows, pleasures, all of them together are the world, the music of life. I believe that I am not responsible for the meaningfulness or meaninglessness of life, but that I am responsible for what I do with the life I've got. You should never be afraid of people. Such fear can destroy us completely. You are only afraid if you are not in harmony with yourself. When dealing with insane, the best method is to pretend to be sane. Opinions mean nothing. They may be beautiful or ugly, clever or foolish. Anyone can embrace or reject them. The river is everywhere. One must find the source within one's own self. One must possess it. The things we see are the same things that are within us. There is no reality except the one contained within us. Not in his speech, not in his thoughts. I see his greatness only in his actions and his life. It is not our purpose to become each other. It is to recognize each other. But it's a poor fellow who can't take his pleasure without asking other people's permission. Writing is good, thinking is better, cleverness is good, patience is better. Now true humor begins when a man ceases to take himself seriously. The opposite of every truth is just as true. Madness, in a higher sense, is the beginning of all wisdom. He had loved and he had found himself. Most people love to lose themselves. Life is always frightful. We cannot help it, and we are responsible all the same. One is born, and at once one is guilty. As a body, everyone is single. As a soul, never. A person is never entirely holy or entirely sinful. Happiness is a how, not a what, a talent, not an object. You have to try the impossible to achieve the possible. Home is neither here or there. Home is within you, or home is nowhere at all.